Hi, my name is Valerie Wansink. I'm a Girl Scout in Troop 40855, and I recently graduated high school. Today, I want to say first, welcome to the Third Look program, thethirdlook.org, which will help you look inward at yourself, outwards at your community, and forward into your better future. I started this program to empower, especially youth, to overcome body shaming and bullying and grow self-esteem. Now, to start off, the agenda for today is recovering from bullying and body shaming. One, I'm going to review the advice from 350 people I surveyed, and then talk a little bit about this program that I developed. And then two, get your feedback on how I can best implement this Third Look program through partners. First of all, I want to say thank you for being here. I want you to go around, introduce yourself and your organization. 2, talk about a specific program of yours that you're proud of. And 3, what is something useful that you hope to get out of this? Now, to start off, I want to talk about why I started this program and what this program does. This program has pre-made materials, a workbook, a discussion guide, an infographic, and these materials you can use with your youth, whether you're a teacher, an educator, a youth group leader, a counselor, a health and wellness provider. This can be used in any setting, and especially for youth, especially for people who have gone through challenges with self-esteem or body shaming or bullying, this can help. But this can also help in group settings so that people don't feel called out. This can be a lesson that can be incorporated into your curriculum that already exists. For example, your curriculum for Mental Health Week or Bullying Prevention Month or Women's Day. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why I started this program. And about 4 years ago, when I was in middle school, in the end of middle school, I had a really good friend who I grew up with, playing with my older sister, my younger sister, and we all played with her. We'd go over to her house a lot. She came from a really loving family. She really loved to sing and act and dance, and she was great at it. But at the start of high school, she started going through some changes, and a lot of people started to body shame and bully her. And I saw that she lost a spark. She lost the happy self that she used to be, and she was bullied on the bus, in school hallways, in the classroom, during gym, and this was to the point that she moved away, she moved to a different state, and then eventually she moved out of the country. And that's why I started this program, to help people overcome body shaming and bullying experiences with these 3 looks, the third look. Looking inwards at their character, at what they're talented with, their personality and who they are. Looking outwards at people like you, their number one supporters, whether it's family or friends, trusted peers and adults, youth group leaders, teachers, school counselors, health and wellness providers, psychologists, friends, people who are interested and want to be there, people who are the number one fans, and looking forwards at their better future, who they are, how they see themselves in 5 years, and how they've improved since, and their success story with overcoming this bullying and body shaming. Now, to start off, I'm going to talk a little bit about some shocking things we found from a study I did. I interviewed 350 people, surveying them about body shaming and bullying experiences they had, and we asked them a series of questions, and this was eventually published in the International Journal of Child Health and Human Development in 2023. Now, what would you most want to change about yourself? Again, these were questions we asked these 350 people who were surveyed. 1, be more physically fit. Be more physically fit. 2, weigh 10 pounds less. 3, be more confident. 4, be more intelligent. 5, be 2 inches taller. Or 6, be more popular. So again, be more physically fit, weigh 10 pounds less, be more confident, more intelligent, 2 inches taller, or more popular. Now what's shocking is we found 79% of people are unhappy with themselves. People are 3 times more likely to consider plastic surgery. And about 23% of people would rather weigh 10 pounds less than be smarter. 23% of people would rather lose 10 pounds than be smarter for the rest of their lives. And people are 2 times as likely to describe themselves by their looks than by their talents or personality and their character. Now what this means is people are twice as likely to say, I'm ugly, I'm sure, I don't feel good in my body, than I'm a happy person, I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm smart, I'm good at playing the flute, or I'm good at singing. Now here's a quote that someone we interviewed, someone from the survey out of the 350 people, said about body shaming and bullying. Bullying rewires how young people see themselves and make life choices. And this was published in the International Journal of Child Health and Human Development in 2023. Now, how do we know this? We surveyed 350 people. About 80% of them were female, and they were in the ranges of 21 to 25. But there were also people, 60-year-olds, but mostly the average age was around 21, 22. 91% of these people were people who had experienced body shaming or bullying in middle or high school. So these are people who were looking back on these experiences 5 or 10 years later, or even just 2 or 3 years later, a few years into college. And these were experiences that were very traumatic and really shaped them throughout middle school and high school, and it was expressed in the survey that even 5 years later, these were things and comments that people made that really stuck with them. In this survey, we asked a few questions. We asked those who recovered how they recovered, who and what helped them the most, what advice do they have for others for a successful recovery, and what would they have done differently for a better and successful recovery. Now, with these 350 people, these 350 stories, we asked them a series of questions, and with the 350 people, I found 3 overarching themes that kept on reoccurring. And it came up with a solution and synthesized their real advice and real steps that they took to recover, and I've created this into something called the third look solution. 3 steps that work based on real recovery stories. Now the solution is real advice from real overcomers, people who have successfully dealt with these traumatic experiences but thrived even more afterwards. And now in the future, although these were traumatic experiences, they're better than ever. Now the third look. You're maybe wondering why it's called the third look, and it's because 1, we look inward at our character, our talents, our skills, really what we call our personal superpowers. 2, We look outwards at our allies and our biggest supporters, our number one fan. And those are trusted peers, trusted adults, trusted friends, counselors or life mentors. And 3, we look forward to visualize our amazing future, set goals for ourselves, and move forward and become the person that we want to become. Those are the 3 looks: looking inwards at our character and talents, looking outwards at our community and our largest fans and supporters, and 3, looking forwards into our future. Now, the materials that I've developed for this program: 1, the workbook that I'll talk more about in a moment. They go through the 3 steps exactly. 2, a discussion guide, which can be used in schools, health classes, youth group trainings, summer camps, with your health and wellness, during one-on-one counseling, or even with parents or your friends. And 3, an infographic that summarizes all of this and the 3 steps into an easy one-pager. Now, currently, I'll talk about what the third look is and why people like you, peers, trusted peers, can help create this into something really larger than itself. Currently, it's thethirdlook.org. It's a program that people who have been body shamed or people who are just interested in empowering themselves and bettering their self-esteem and confidence can go to this Third Look website, download this 8-page workbook, the one in yellow here, which is in English, French, and Chinese, and they can use it as a DIY, do-it-yourself journal. But let me talk a little more about this program and the 3 steps. Step 1, look inward. Find your superpowers. Identify 6 things that you like about yourself. So maybe I'll say, I'm creative, I'm loving, and I'm smart. Now, find a role model. This can be someone who you know personally, but it doesn't have to be someone you know personally. It's someone that you look up to because of their character and because of their superpower and because of who they are. Now, choose your strengths and then choose one small change you would like to make about yourself to make yourself become this better person that you want to be. And that's step 1, looking inwards and finding your own superpowers. Now, step 2, look outward, find and ask. Now, the first published finding from this research of 350 people we had surveyed was that 63% of people relied most on friends, trusted peers, and trusted adults. So whether it be life mentors, teachers, educators, school camp counselors, coaches, or friends, people in their class, people they do sports with. And looking outwards is, what does looking outwards mean? Who is your strongest fan? It's identifying who your super fan is, how they can help make your recovery more successful, and it's finding new allies. Who could help you the most, even if you don't know them personally yet? Step 3 is to look forward. Look forward into your amazing future. Who, what, where, how did you get there, how you've changed as a person, your personal recovery story. That's step 3. Now, what it is right now is a DIY program for youth. You are welcome to go onto the thirdlook.org website, thethirdlook.org website, and download this workbook and do it with yourself as something you go through, like a journal. Do it with your friends. Do it in a setting where maybe you're the educator or you're the mentor, and you go through this with everybody. How can we best empower the trusted adults and peers who make up 63% of the body that people who've gone through bullying and body shaming turn to. Now, right now it's a DIY program for youth, but how can we take the 63% of people who go to trusted adults and peers? How can we take that group, the mentors, the teachers, the educators, the youth group leaders, the camp counselors, how can we take these people and really take you to help empower these people who experience body shaming and bullying so that they can turn to you? Well, to talk a little bit more, here's how it works. You go through the workbook, and right here on the last page, we say, here are your next steps. So this is for someone who's downloaded it from the website, maybe printed it out and is working on it. And what we say is step 1, download this worksheet, print it out, and go through the entire workbook. Write down your ideas, write down what you see yourself as. Right now, here's how it works. On the last page of the workbook, we explain how this program should be used. 1, download and print it. Write in this journal, write down all your ideas, and go through this workbook, completing the 3 steps. 2, share it with a person. Share it with your friend. Share it with someone you think you could do this with. Share it with maybe an educator or someone who works closely with this topic, or someone who doesn't. And 3, we say join. Join the Third Look community. Go onto the website, follow blogs and social media, and talk about your own success stories. Now, a note is this isn't just about bullying and body shaming. This can be about anything in your life, and it can be about just building up your personal self-esteem and confidence, even stronger than it already is. Even if it's already strong, it's a great exercise. And now, while this study, we interviewed mostly people who were girls or people who had experienced this works with people who, this is applicable to people of any age, of any gender, of any background, and note for everyone is that this also, seen in the survey, were steps that were helpful to people in the LGBTQ plus community and people of older ages, or anyone who is interested in an exercise that builds up their self-esteem, self-confidence, and helps you discover more of who you are and the values that you stand for. Now, who can help bully and body shame people the most? It's you. It's peers and trusted adults. It's friends. It's youth groups. It's scouts, YMCA, Girls and Boys Club, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's church youth group leaders and other youth groups. It's schools and colleges and trusted counselors or health teachers. It's community services, those serving women or LGBTQ plus communities. It's skill building programs, health and wellness programs. It's anybody who works with people. It's anybody who is interested in helping people identify better their self-worth, their self-confidence, and regain some of the confidence and identity of people, particularly who have gone through traumatic experiences, whether it be body shaming, bullying, or something else. Now again, these are the materials. We have the workbook that goes through the looking inward, looking outward, and looking forward. It's the discussion guide. We talk about learning objectives. You share a prompt or a time. Maybe you've witnessed or seen someone experience bullying, and then you reflect with some quotes that are about self-confidence and how we can recover. And third, the infographic that summarizes all of this in a one quick pager. This can be something, for example, if you're a health and wellness server or educator, or somewhere in the community where there are a lot of these print out, free to take workbooks or infographics. It can be easily put into an office, a counseling center, a student services center, on a bulletin board, in the community library. These are all materials that can really be easily printed out. They're found online on the Third Look website and free for everybody to use. Now, as a discussion, given your current program, how can you specifically integrate these 3 materials into your program? Or even think of ways that you can adapt these and create your own lesson plans that incorporates these 3 steps. Now, some examples would be present a slideshow or lead a discussion this month at an orientation with other educators or youth leaders or community leaders during Mental Health Week or October Anti-Bullying Month, something similar. Identifying other ways that you can include this into your existing program, whether it's making adaptation or doing a looking inward, outward, forwards, but instead of writing and journaling, it's something you draw, for example, for younger students. It could be printing out resources and putting it in your lobby or your waiting center or your main hall on the bulletin board. It could be linking the thirdlook.org to your website of sources, resources, websites that people can easily use and go to themselves. It could be reprinting these resources with your logo, and it could be articles that you write or that are published on your website. What additional materials would be useful to the people you serve? And I want to say thank you for being a supporter of empowering people to regain their confidence, regain their strength, overcome body shaming and bullying, or overcome other hard and traumatic experiences in their lives. Thank you for being the 63% that people go to. Thank you for being a #1 fan for someone. And thank you for being that superhero for some people. The person that people go to for help. And you may not realize it, but you are someone's super fan. And you are someone's #1 supporter. So thank you for listening. And thank you for listening if you are someone who has gone through body shaming and bullying. Know that you are not alone. And 350 people that I surveyed have also gone through this. And it's not just those people. It's those people and so much more. But they gave me advice to help you get through this, to help you look inwards at yourself, look outwards at your community and people who can help you, and look forwards into overcoming this and creating your own success story. So I hope that you can go through this program either with a friend or with yourself or with a group, and that the advice that these people gave me and gave you will be helpful for you. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your success story.